Alright, so I'm starting again. I just recorded 10 minutes of footage and I noticed that my microphone was muted. So, I'm gonna go over Manchu in Japan real quick because we already got all the notes and then proceed. So, Japan is a little boxed in because he went exploration and he doesn't really have the navy or economy to fight Malaya. I think, obviously not very optimal because you don't want to just sit and do nothing. I think the best idea for Japan is to pop Golden Era and dev the shit out of Japan and focus on his nation being a military power, not exploration. Maybe even dump exploration for those diplo points because you can't colonize. You're not going to get anything out of Alaska. You're not going to get anything in California because Spain's already there. Portugal already owns a lot of the shit in Polynesian Triangle, so you're not going to be able to get anything out of those trade nodes. So maybe drop exploration, go Pluto, offensive, quantity are all good choices. Use those diplo points to dev the shit out of Japan to build up your economy, because most of your country is below 10 dev right now, and it doesn't look like a lot of them have buildings either. So there's a tremendous amount of potential in Japan, as long as you pop your golden era and you just sit in dev for a little bit. And after that, you need to make a choice of where you want to go. I don't think your alliance with Manchu is very viable, because Manchu is a dying nation as well. And I don't think both of you can just sit there and die and expect sit there and let yourselves die basically and expect something good to come out of it. I think you need to probably go against Manchu soon, as soon as you build up your military a little bit, because you're not going to be able to fight Malaya, you're not going to be able to fight China, you're not going to be able to go into Ava, and you're not going to be able to go into America. So Manchu is your only expansion route in my opinion, so you're going to have to do that. And Manchu is also politically dead, seeing as you're his only ally. So if you turn on him, you can easily get the rest of Korea, which is incredibly valuable for Japan, because you have no promoted cultures. You can promote Korean and spread it like everywhere. You can also get Manchu. Like, this is insanely good land for Japan. All of this good. It's a part of Nippon, and Girin also fits into Nippon. Plus a bunch of Girin that's uncolonized here will spawn fur, which is very valuable later on. So I think definitely best move for Japan is to forfeit this, because you're not going to be able to hold it, you're not going to be able to expand here. Cuck from Malaya and go against Manchu. Anyway, moving on to Manchu. Manchu went very far west, and good on him with that, but he's not really made a decent economic nation. If he manages to get Kazan, he's gonna be able to get his trade consolidated there and start making some money. But right now it's 60 income and 1560, it's not very functional. He also went exploration, which I think is a horrible choice. You should have probably, if you wanted to colonize all of Siberia, seeing as you saw Russia dying, you should have gone expansion and just got the two first ideas. Or finished it if you want the policies, but I wouldn't have recommended finishing it. I think just getting the first two, so you get the merchant as well, or even just the first one, so you get the colonizer, is better, and then focusing on other things. You need trade ASAP because you have a lot of trade nodes, and this setup right now is just wonky as fuck. I don't know why you're transferring to Beijing and collecting there. That makes no sense. You should be transferring to Siberia and then collecting in Siberia, and in the future when you consolidate Kazan, which doesn't seem to be too far away, seeing as Moscow quit, transferring everything to Kazan and then collecting there. And that's about it for Manchu. Like I said in the previous part about Japan, you're his only expansion route, so even though you two are allied, if he wants to make something of the game, I would be concerned about him, maybe fortify Korea a little bit. And there's very excellent mountain forts as well that you can place here and prevent him from landing. So yeah, that's about it. And also, don't stay horde. Like, no, that's bad. Am I still crackling?
No, you're good.
Alright. Alright, moving on to China. One shot, you here?
Yep.
You ready for me to dump on your nation?
Let's go.
Alright, economy, trash, no promoted cultures, trash, idea groups, trash. I'm just joking. Yeah,
I mean,
let's,
yeah, no promoted cultures is trash.
yeah,
Like,
no
the
promoted
9%
cultures is
could be
not good, but
promoted, for
I'm
sure.
guessing you're going. Oh, you already are empire, so I don't know why you haven't
Oh,
promoted any
I'm
of
gonna
this.
need to promote Zhang. Others aren't really relevant, I think.
Yeah, Zhang is good, and what culture group is that part of? Oh, yeah, that's in the China. So if
Yep.
you're, especially if you plan on expanding into China, promoting Zhang is good because then you can convert into it. Well, convert other provinces into it. Also, I don't know what your plan is, but expansion-wise, but it's not like you need much of one right now because your income is fantastic and you're going to be able to scale tremendously well. I think this is about an optimal time to pop Golden Era. The only problem is your
Probably.
Emperor is fucking trash, but oh, and his construction
Yep.
yeah, that doesn't really.
Thing is, I have every single building I need when I'm waiting on
Oh, you
tech
built
to
everything.
make.
Wow,
I
nice.
built everything.
Okay, that's really good. Have you devved everything? Looks
I
like you
mean,
devved most of it. That's everything's over 10 at
it's
least.
just I only have 50 provinces. It's really hard for me to keep scaling right now because I have no land to
Yeah,
build or
53
dev into.
provinces. That's so yeah. Scrap the Golden Era thing I spoke too soon. You need more land, and you know there's plenty of potential in the
Yep.
neighborhood.
Yeah, Manchu is free clay.
I would well
Probably Tibet as well.
Tibet. I
But
wouldn't
you're
say
allied.
Tibet. I would say keep
Yeah, for sure,
hotboxing with
Tibet.
Tibet because there are concerns concerning
Mm.
hotboxes around. So if you like infight with Tibet, I think they're gonna exploit
It
that.
kills both of us
Yeah.
if we fight. 'Cause it just
Okay,
makes us
Ava. I
play.
didn't see that Ava is allied to the Indians. That's
Yeah,
weird.
as
Yeah.
for your, I don't know why your seize land and sale of titles are off cooldown, but obviously you know you need to do that on cooldown.
Yep.
Rival to Manchu, Malaya, and Ava. That kind of tells me where you're going. Really good potential in the nation. I agree with the idea picks, and you're collecting in. Oh, you.
I'm trade dealing with both Japan and Tibet right now, which
Did
is
we
why my
make
income
this
is
this
actually.
China formable tag in our mod? It's pretty OP.
Yeah, the China.
It's been nerfed heavily, actually.
Yeah, Iced
It's
had it
still
so
OP.
much stronger, but yeah, it's pretty strong.
It's good. It's
Like,
a good nerf.
you only own not like if you get this tag, you should own like all of. So I don't even know Chinese culture.
Hello.
Shit,
Hello.
Hello.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good nation, and not much else to say because you're doing everything right. And like you said, it's only 53 provinces, so there's not much to look at.
I needed the expansion room two sessions ago. I think right now it's literally critical for my nation to stay alive that I killed someone.
Yeah, because you literally can't scale anymore. I think like you can dev a little bit more, but besides that, I don't think there is much more to do.
Like check dev, but I think I'm deving for 30 plus right now.
Well,
very inefficient.
I recommend deving everything to 20 first, because you have a lot of sub 20 provinces, but yeah, there is a bunch of them that are going to 30. But yeah,
I also
you
didn't
went
have the correct.
That's
yes,
nice.
but I didn't have the correct isolationism right now.
Oh, for deving, because
I'm 1-2 closed. I need to open on the next event, which I've been waiting to for a while. It's so good because it gives construction idea cost, but it's not dev cost.
Alright, yeah, I think that is about it for China. Very, very strong. What is your morale like?
Not amazing. Ideas give me 10% morale.
Shinto too. Like you actually have really
Yes.
good morale. Like
I'd say it's really good.
China tech is by far the strongest in the region.
You own your 1k, your 2k spawn in Tibet. Alright. Oh, 5th on score. I forgot to look at the rankings.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because you own the 1k.
Huh.
I don't think a lot of other people own the 1k card. So yeah, good shit. Let's move on to Tibet.
Perfect timing, I guess.
It is. Are these national ideas really better than Shun? I thought
What do
Shun
you
has
mean?
morale.
Yeah, this is Shun.
Oh, why'd you go Tibet then?
for the government type.
Yeah,
Like,
but-
if you see, like, if once my in a few months I'm going to have enough loyalty, so if I sell land, then I can trigger the next mission. If you go to the mission tree, support the Geluga school, the one. This turns me into a theocracy without losing any government progress. So I
Oh.
basically get to like tier 5 theocracy, get the morale, the discipline, all of that
That's
immediately,
really strong.
basically.
That is really strong, although I've started resenting theocracy since my Austria game. Like the average rulers being so shit, it's kind of bad.
Yeah,
Especially
but
this early, you don't really wanna.
I know. The
start-
point is, I had horrible rulers so far. Anyway, maybe I wait for the 5-1-5 to take over, but
Hmm.
I had super horrible rulers so far, and that's why I went super behind on like admin for a long time, which cost me a lot of money. I had to destate from Tibet. Like,
And
I still lack so much admin.
This religion, which I can't pronounce.
Yeah,
It seems
Vajarana.
okay tier, but not amazing. Lots of deving still to do. So
Yeah, I couldn't do any deving because I had such bad rulers. Basically, yeah.
You
I mean,
finished
I'm not a strong
economy.
country.
maybe when the fucking one Diplo, that's such trash.
I mean, one Diplo's not bad though. It's okay. Came out about admin and mill, to be honest, at this point.
Weird. Do you not have any good trade goods? Why would you care about admin?
I mean, because I'm only admin 10 something, I need to catch up on admin tech.
Oh, I see.
So, and I also need to core shit.
Rival.
I still haven't.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I still haven't fully cored everything again, so I'm still lacking, I don't know, like 400 admin points to core, then I have to go to admin 14. It's going to
Yeah, I see. You
take
have
quite some time.
2 territories. Rivaled to Manchu, Bahmanis, and Malaya. So
Yeah.
the whole Hogbox plus Manchu. Yeah, Manchu seems to be on the chopping block, which doesn't bode well for them. The fort line is a bit weird with Manchu, but I guess you don't really need one. But yeah, although all this land is trash, isn't it? So
I don't really care about the north, yeah, I care about my core lands and my gold mines, and those are protected, so
gold mines, plural. Oh, you have the one in the
Yeah.
west too. Nice.
that one too.
Yeah, those seem to be doing quite well for your economy.
Yeah, I'm still super poor compared to like China, Ava, Malaya.
Yeah,
like,
China's just overpowered. Like that's fucking insane.
their national ideas are completely broken. The same for Malaya, by the way.
Yeah, I
I'm
said that we
really not
need
a
to
fan
nerf
of both
them.
of those.
But yeah, yeah, same thing as China has. You own 1K and 2K is in China, so you do have the same thing. Maybe you
Yeah.
should trade the 2K. Think
No, we actually. I don't
work
think
out
so.
because of the ticking, right? Because you lose one per month.
Exactly. I mean, we would get like, I think we only lose half the score and we gain half of it, so we would effectively gain 1000 score each. And the ticking would cancel each other out, but I think that's not worth it for us to like exchange those states. So
Fair enough.
It also
And
just
we-
cancels border goal.
yeah, we arranged like the 1K card. We made sure that both of us get the 1K card, and then that ticking helps us a lot long term. So
I see. Spying on Malaya. I'm assuming for tech. Yeah, Malaya's.
yeah, Malaya's
tech
up on
completely.
tech always.
So. Yeah, decent nation setup. I just.
Unlike China, it's still gun scale.
Yeah, I think both of you have a lot scaling to do, and pretty obvious where Tibet's gonna go, because he's boxed in everywhere else, so...
I mean, I lied Manchu last session and then I rivaled him.
Yeah,
So
like I said, pretty obvious.
not gonna lie about my plans.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Which is very
kind of
admirable.
obvious.
Anyway,
I mean-
I think that's it for Manchu. Let's look at Ava. Please let me know if I'm crackling, because my mic thing is acting up on
No, you're
OBS.
perfectly crisp right now.
I don't want to lose it at 20 minutes of recording because my mic's shit.
Ava's pretty strong. Like, has a lot of force limit and a lot of manpower,
Decent
but he's
economy for
lacking a
Ava.
little
Is he
bit
getting,
quality.
Trade deal?
Yeah.
Trade deal.
Yeah,
with
trade deal with Malaya.
Malaya. Good shit. The war is supposed to be...
Goddamn manpower though.
Does everything lead to Malaya? Burma does as well. Yeah, he's only losing some of the Bengal trade that he has, but he doesn't have that much there yet. When he gets Bengal, maybe he should be the trade deal leader, although his trade efficiency is not going to compare to Malaya, I think.
Yeah, probably not.
46, and Malaya's at 60. Oh, I guess Malaya. Yeah, he didn't take trade yet, so that's why.
He
But,
still needs to take eco.
He also doesn't have 21 ideas yet.
so yeah,
Malaya.
maybe Ava should be the leader of the trade deal when he gets Bengal, because everything's gonna consolidate in Bengal until Malaya gets trade ideas. Ava went innovative instead of eco. I guess that's because it works well with his national ideas, so his advisors are like free. Oh yeah,
Basically, yeah.
that's
Yeah.
pretty good. I think the next idea is definitely eco here, because he's gonna need to start deving.
He can still dev so much.
Yeah.
Southeast Asia has very good food.
Yeah, there's a decent amount of good trade goods here, I think, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, definitely have a lot of deving to do. He already uses golden era, so that's a shame, but it doesn't really matter with this, like, advisor cost. He can constantly maintain +5s. So,
Yeah.
which I don't know
How-
why he's not doing here. Like, this isn't even half cost. What
No.
He
Yeah,
has
that's
his
the-
camp. He has 90%.
It's the same for Westphalia. Like
That's
when you,
ridiculous.
if you have it in the national ideas and you go innovativeness on top of it, and then with the like estate interaction, you're at the base like -75.
That's
And then if you
ridiculous.
add like trading a T or something, it
Yeah,
just
I
goes.
don't know why he's not running
Or
+5s
policy.
everywhere then, because he was running +4 admin and he's running +3 dip, and I definitely think he has a lot of dip deving to do. So that's something he needs to fix.
I mean, maybe he wants to build buildings, right? Tech 11 is not that long ago. Maybe he still needs to build those manufactories.
I don't know. I really don't know. I would definitely recommend getting the +5s, because mana is definitely more important than money, and he also has seized land and sale of titles off cooldown, and it depends on what you want to do. If you want to get the benefit from manpower bonus from ability, you want to start seizing land hard, but at the same time you could argue that you want to sell titles and then seize and stay above 20, and to get the money for advisors and for the buildings, because like Leo said, you still have a lot of decent buildings to build. Like at this point, you want
Yeah.
to build production buildings everywhere, honestly. So a lot of buildings, and not a lot of good manpower once again, because you haven't really devved, but definitely production, and then that's gonna translate into deving. A couple manufactories here as well.
Yeah,
silk
those manufactories.
Yeah,
And there are a lot of yellow provinces too. Like check those for silk. Maybe some of the yellow provinces that don't have a building slot have a good trading good.
yeah,
So-
definitely a lot of building to do. So I recommend is like I did sell titles, then seize to stay above 20, and it's important that you do it in that order, because if you seize first and then you sell titles, you're gonna get less money. Then when you start deving as well, you're gonna get crownland back from that. So just keep selling. I don't think because you have so much grain, I don't think manpower is gonna be an issue for you. So you can sell like 3 or 4 more times to build everything up, and then start seizing land to 100 to get the bonus from ability. I don't know why he doesn't have the full. Like you can take this for example. I don't know what karma does, but it seems good. You can take the loyalty. There's no reason for you to be lacking in privilege here, because
Yeah, maybe even the government capacity thing, right? He's probably over governing capacity.
yeah,
so-
but I don't know. The advisor cost doesn't really hurt him though, does it? And
That's also core creation cost, stability cost. Like, I mean, if you have the free slot, it doesn't really hurt to take it. I
yeah,
think.
but it lowers his crown land. So maybe when you dev up, do it. But for now, definitely do something. You want to get the prestige from the merchant guilds, and anything else. Like normally one of the free loyalty ones that doesn't cost you land. Anyway,
What's his religion?
his
Sort of.
this meme. I don't know
Should
what
consider
it's called.
flipping Hindu, honestly.
Yeah, Hindu's a godlike religion. Also, oof, his ruler is really good. Never mind. Don't do States General.
What does his religion give, if I may ask?
Advisor cost.
cost.
Advisor costs. And you don't get, and he gets 5 discipline from the current karma. So I'm not sure if Flip. He also gets defend of the 5 permanent, right? Which is also not bad. It's like 20% additional manpower, 5 morale, war exhaustion, prestige. Like,
Yeah,
That's the
but,
reason why- that's the reason why I
Hindu gives such good rulers, and yeah, I don't know.
yeah, that's true. In our mod, the rulers are not gone, which is kind of OP. So,
Is
yeah.
Bakmani's Hindu or Sunni?
I think he's
Shia, I think.
Shia.
Well, then there is no other Hindu power.
So,
So go
Wait,
Hindu.
there isn't Malaya Hindu?
no, he's
Yes.
Malaya starts
Wait,
singing.
nobody went Hindu? What
Nobody's
the hell?
Hindu.
Looks like anyway, let's move on.
Maybe I should go Hindu.
Going to Malaya. Malaya making a fuck ton of money. Losing some at the moment. I wonder on what is your
72 colonies. No, way too many colonies. He should
Yeah,
just...
no, I just seized like 5 colonies from Portugal. So some of them are
yeah.
mostly done, so I'm just sitting on them.
Yeah, but the 57 one, I don't know about that. It's costing. I mean, do you need money? Have you built?
No,
everything? No, you haven't
it's
built
worth it
everything.
though. But it's
Not
still worth it.
I'm also just like
Yeah. It's still worth it. Like, you don't have to run the 6 colonies forever, right? You do it for the next 20 years until
Yeah,
all
this
the
one will be
all the
finished.
little provinces is done. Because Portugal already tried to colonize in Indonesia, so making sure that like you get all of the remaining colonies before Western Europeans come makes sense. I think he's gonna have enough time to build up afterwards with that income. Like,
Yeah,
just
shit,
finish
and,
up Indonesia
It
and then
looks like he colonized most of Australia as well.
yeah. Australia's a player also.
yeah,
oh,
he's a player and he's got like the worst trade goods ever.
He is a player. I would really recommend the player goes maritime then, because that's just like the meta pick for Australia. But
Well, Australia has morale of armies plus 15.
yeah, but he's never gonna be able to field a decent army with the size of his
Probably
colonial
not,
region.
yeah.
So definitely
Yeah.
better to go maritime. Where's the colonial fucking thing?
And one advice that I can give you for Zealandia: if a bad trade good spawns, you can just abandon the colony and restart it, and re-roll for a better trade good.
Yeah, but it was the ones at the start, like to start the colony. I got 3 incense in a row.
Oh, damn.
Alright,
Okay.
so idea picks, exploit quantity, quality, definitely econ is gonna be next. I think it's either econ or trade, but
Or maritime.
I think you have enough money right now to go econ.
Yeah, like I'm stacking until I get the spice manufactory, which is like 1 or 2 techs away.
It's
7,
14, I
16.
think, yeah. Is it 16? I thought 14.
No, the spices is 14, or is it chop? I forget which one it is. There's something I'm
Trades,
getting at 14.
Yeah.
I would not
Mills
know,
are
but either
16,
way, you
I
still
think,
have
trade
you
stations.
already have a lot of building to do. So
Yeah.
I would definitely like. I wouldn't wait econ to start building. I mean,
No, yeah,
maybe
it's
because
just
it's only
tech.
the second one, but you definitely have a lot of deving to do. Is the thing. Like I saw
Yeah.
a bunch of like sub 10 stuff. So and
Yeah, no,
especially
it-
all the shit you're gonna colonize is gonna be pretty low, right? So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's been a lot of conquering from AI, so there hasn't been that much
Yeah.
point, and the rulers have been thoroughly average.
yeah, when you have this much money that you don't know what to do with it, I definitely don't think trade is necessary yet. I'd definitely probably econ now and then trade next, or econ mill idea trade. But waiting till 22 to go trade might be a risk. Because then you might fall back behind on economy. Are you at the top on money right now?
Yeah, I'm
By a long shot.
top
yes.
income. Yeah.
Nice. Good shit.
Yeah.
Which is scary considering he's not the fully
By the
built.
way, as soon as you are done with colonizing Indonesia, you can also get rid of exploration and flip
Yeah.
By
into
the way, message me the
trade
name of
maritime
the
port.
message me the name of the Australia player so I can add him to the list. Because
It's Yakuazan
just
or
message
something.
me. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
remember right now.
Sure.
Anyway,
Okay, I can do that.
I think that's about it for Malaya. His victory card is on Ava, and he has he's a 2K on Japan. So he's gonna be able to get the 2K fairly easily. I don't think he's gonna go for the 1K, and I don't really recommend breaking the hug box for a 1K. And he still is in a hug box with Ava, I think. Yeah,
No, it was not that.
No, it's just a trade
yeah, they're
deal.
doing a trade deal, but I don't. I think they analyze it for slots or something. But either way, let's move on to Bahmanis.
Yeah, Malaya, like, very, very strong. actually.
Malaya, I think, probably the strongest in the region right now.
I would say China.
Very, very tight with China. I think China comes out on top like slightly, but Malaya has a tremendous amount of potential. So
Yeah, but China has like such a broken idea set
Yeah,
that
I
on
think-
Yeah.
land
I think
he's
the
Only
only-
problem with like Yeah, China needs boats, and China doesn't have boats yet.
I don't think China needs boats because China
Why
is
would I
going to
need boats?
Manchu heavily.
Yeah,
I think the only problem in Malaya is that if he stays
Yeah.
in his hug box with Ava, he has to go for Japan. And even though you're so much stronger than Japan, landing on an island is always hard. So it really depends on the player's skill set. If you manage to get Japan, that's like 1,000 dev you get there, and that's gonna get you set for the next 100 years. But if not, that's gonna be a problem.
Hmm.
So yeah, let's look at Bachmanis real quick. Caught up on tech. I think both him and I were pretty behind in tech last session. I might be wrong.
Yeah. Still a bit behind on ideas, but I guess that's okay.
Maintaining all
But
of
he
the
has-
forts in his country is like the fort line looks like Albania. It's insane. I don't know why
He
he
al-
has all these forts in the inland maintained. His economy is not that strong. I mean, it's pretty strong, but it's not strong enough to be maintaining forts for no reason. A lot of buildings to build still.
God no.
Yeah, a lot of silk and
Yeah.
spice provinces, so that's gonna scale really well. A decent amount of manufacturers
Damn.
as well. Yeah, a lot of manufacturers, very good
Oh
ones
boy.
that needs to get built. So Bachmanis is gonna scale really well, especially when he eats up the rest of VJ, because VJ trade goods are fucking insane. Like I lost 3 trade wars and I was still having the highest income in India. Like the trade goods here are broken. Like this might need
Yeah.
to get changed in the mod. So when he finishes this off, I think Bachmanis is gonna be very fucking strong because there's just so much good shit here.
Yeah.
Is he pop? Yeah, he claims his golden euro, so he's not gonna be able to use it for deving, and he's Sunni, so his rulers aren't gonna be as good as Hindu. He's running a level 1 advisor, which I don't really get, but
I mean, once he forms Hindustan, he can flip Hindu afterwards. I think he just wants to flip Hindustan first.
Hmm.
He's gonna need a few provinces from Punjab. Yeah, that's gonna be maybe, I don't know what they agreed on. He could also wait for Deccan technically, but
I see.
Tech 20 is a bit long.
Allied to Ava and Punjab is sub Tuscany.
Yes.
Um, Weird.
Punjab
Avanti.
and Shun were sending subsidies to Bahmanis, and Bahmanis were sending them further to Tuscany
That's kind of
for
weird.
some time.
But okay.
Yeah, I had to stop paying subsidies because I had to unstate stuff and lost some income. So
I don't really understand why, but
ganking is not cool. That's why.
oh, I see. Fair enough. Pretty meta idea set, which is gonna be really strong when he finishes econ, because again he has a lot of deving to do, and the production bonus is gonna be really huge. And
Yeah, I would say I'm not sure if quantity is still meta. I think it's not the best, but
I
probably people are going to argue about that. But it's so much nerfed in the mod, and like it doesn't give you 50% manpower on top, right? You already get usually like 50% from your nobility. You get
Oh, that's
some from
nation.
national ideas and stuff. So basically, the 50% manpower you get from quantity is not that. I mean, the force limit is nice, but
so his morale
Nice
is
ruler.
4.4. Haven't really been looking at people's morale, but compared to China, that's significantly weaker. He's not running
thing is-
morale advisor. I guess that's.
I mean, his idea set is not good. Like he has to form something, I think.
yeah,
Otherwise, it's gonna fall off.
I see that. What's his victory cards? One on Punjab, the 2k, and one that he owns 1k. He's 6th on score, and yeah, I think that's about it for Bachmanis. Not much else to say. It's gonna be ridiculously strong when he consolidates all this shit. I mean, I'm assuming this is his clay. I don't really know the deal that he worked out with Punjab and Ava, but Ava's already in Bengal too, so he might have conceded Bengal to Ava. But not that it matters a lot. Bengal trade goods are not as good as this shit here, so yeah, very strong nation, gonna be much stronger. Let's look at Punjab. Okay, Punjab definitely stronger economically. Militarily as well, very good morale on Punjab. Does he have morale and ideas? Yeah, he does. The Punjab ideas are pretty fucking sick.
Yeah, 15 production efficiency, goods produced, trade efficiency. Like he has everything basically: manpower, morale, force limit. Not force limit,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
discipline.
and
They're
he's,
pretty sick, right,
he's
guys?
very
Yeah.
far ahead of everyone else so far on his estates because he's almost at 100%. And then like that's gonna increase his manpower exponentially. It's gonna give him a huge boost on everyone around him. It's running a level 2 admin advisor with 115%, 115 income monthly. It's kind of weird. I
Why?
guess
I mean, he's up on admin, so he doesn't really need admin points.
because
He just wants to finish building up.
Vassalized Transox, I see.
I mean, look at
he
his
doesn't need
buildings. Look
admin.
that he's currently building. Like he's currently building a shit ton
Yeah,
of.
no, you're right.
of
I didn't say Transox
like-
is a vessel. I thought he still has this expansion to do. But yeah, I think he's boxed in right now, and he just needs to build and dev, and then go to war, a big one. Unless he plans on chipping away at Manchu, in which case he's gonna need some admin, but not a lot, because all this, like, it's like 2 fucking 5 dev shit. It's
Yeah.
garbage. So, anyway,
Yeah, strongest
Box.
nation in game at the
Yes,
moment, I would say.
I think he's strongest by far. Well, not by far. I say that very lightly. I think China, just because of how broken the tag is pretty close. And I think China,
Yeah.
when he expands, it's probably gonna take him over. Because what was China's force limit? If I can type.
A bit.
Very close. Very close. And that might need to get some.
I think Punjab doesn't have Punjab doesn't have quantity though. I think, right? He went for actual quality ideas.
I don't have
Quali-
quantity either.
Yeah, I would say quality plutocratic. Yeah, that's. Yeah, but you have 33% manpower and force limit from national ideas, right? So
Yep.
you basically have quantity
don't
in
need
your national
quantity.
idea set.
Alright, so that's about it for Punjab. His victory cards, he owns the 1k and 2ks in his ally, allied to Ava and Bahmanis, rival to Vijay and Manchu, and has a third slot open. Curious. I wonder what the plan there is, or I guess he's just keeping it open because it's 100 power projection, so he doesn't really need it right now. Either way, we're done with India, I think. I don't think there's much else to say. So,
It also uses some score though, not just PP.
Yeah.
sorry?
You lose some score, but he's also the first in score, so he doesn't care.
And he has most sticking as well. So, pretty good shit. Very, very good job. I think he did a very good job. He managed to kill Timurids, he killed Mewar, or did... I forget.
Bahmanis killed
I forget
Mewar.
if Punjab had anything to do with that. Either way, really good shit. I think strongest nation in the game so far, and deservedly so. It definitely didn't have a free game. Let's look at room. Rim is another one that had to fight a lot. He had to kill Ottomans and is pretty strong for it, although he fell off quite a bit because the last time I was doing a podcast after session 1 he was the strongest like superpower in the game by far. Not the case anymore. He's weaker than Punjab. He finished his golden era obviously during the Ottomans war. He's fighting Austria right now. Which... Why is
On the
it-
side of Tuscany, yeah.
How is this a gank? Everyone is fighting Austria.
Tuscany was attacked by Austria, Spain, and Portugal,
Oh,
and then
I see.
we forced White Peace because they called in two great powers. Austria attacked with calling in two great powers, so White Peace was forced, and then Spain truce broke and called in France. So Spain and France versus Tuscany, even though Spain could have 1v1 Tuscany
Yikes.
probably.
PTZ having a bad time.
And then Ireland
Let's focus-
defended.
let's focus
Yeah,
on-
I'm just saying, like, yeah, that's why Rum defended him against Austria, I think, because he got ganked basically twice.
Oh, that's very noble and all, but let's see what Rum's doing for himself. He owns most of Arabia right now, and he's consolidated pretty much all of his Ottoman gains. He still has Greece to conquer, and I'm assuming that says Clay, but Vice Bulgaria is Hungarian, and he's slowly getting boxed in here, although not as much in the north if he wants to go that way. Astrakhan flows to Crimea. Yeah, if he manages to get... Oh, Crimea's Polish. Yeah, so I think he's done himself a little boxed in here, although it doesn't really matter because he has how many? 134 provinces. So
May I ask, how many ideas does he have? How many ideas? Is he still missing
Ooh,
ideas?
he's still
Yeah.
a little bit behind.
And
Far.
how many loans does he have? How many loans does he have?
2 months.
2. And how much is he above Diplo relations?
8 out of 6.
Okay.
Interesting.
Because I
He still
mean
has a
that's
lot
probably
of
for a long
vessels.
time.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
his marches from the Ottoman War, because I think he has been over Diplo limit like for at least 100 years now.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he hasn't started
Which is gonna hurt a lot.
integrating. Jesus, integrating those. Yeah, that's kind of weird, but they still contribute a fair amount of force limit to him. What's that? 28, 34, 40, 45, 49. So yeah, with the vessels, he's still comparable to Punjab. So good shit, but I think he needs to start integrating them. His ruler is trash. So that kind of sucks. I don't know if he can go States General, because yeah, Ottoman government.
You have Ottoman government type. Why would you want to? I mean,
'Cause his
just make sure that you. Yeah, because he got unlucky. Probably his king died before he got a ruler. But once he turns 30, he gets to choose between 3 heirs,
Mm.
and he's going to always get decent ones on average at
He
least.
still has the 10
So.
morale mission ready to pop. Bunch of unstated shit, because I'm assuming he's not over governing capacity. I wonder why. I guess he's saving admin for something else. Either way-
Admin ideas. He still
oh,
needs
yeah,
to
he's
finish
still not
Echo.
finished econ, so that's
Might also only be admin 10 or something.
12. No, he's doing
No,
good.
12
He's,
actually.
he's on
Okay.
contact with everything. So yeah, Ram is pretty strong. I think he. Yeah, I assumed he has a lot more building to do. Although no real good trade goods, but again, at this point you want to build it on everything and start deving everything. Some manufactories, there's some salt, so yeah.
Yeah, I can still scale quite a bit.
It has a monopoly
yeah.
on glass that he gave, I'm not sure why, and one on wool.
Oh yeah, that's actually really bad. The glass one, because Constantinople is glass probably, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Or did it turn into
No,
diamonds?
it's
No,
glass.
yeah.
So
So that's really bad then.
that's
Yeah.
costing him some income, but either way, he can still scale a lot. He just needs to finish econ and start deving, because he has a lot of land, but it's all fucking shit. Like, it's really trash dev, mostly. Like, there's only a couple states that are devved properly. I don't think there's any states that are devved properly. Yeah, like, no full state has been devved yet, which is not good. And
Yeah.
he has prosperity everywhere, and we still have prosperity
No, that's
goods.
unrest. That's unrest. That's unrest, not
Oh.
prosperity.
My bad. Okay. Ooh, prosperity
Yeah.
is bad. I wonder
I mean,
why
he has
prosperity
some.
is- Yeah, but like he hasn't really been fighting in a war. That
Do the
was
knights still
major.
exist? No, the knights don't. Wait, do they still exist on Malta or something?
No, his coast hasn't been raided, so I don't
Okay.
think that's what caused it. Either way, yeah, I think he, like a lot of nations so far have gotten a fair bit of land, and they just need to, you know, utilize it better.
Consolidate, yeah.
Yeah, because he can be a lot more strong. A lot. My language isn't working today. He can be a lot stronger if he just sits and consolidates a little bit. Anyway, let's look at Ethiopia.
The banks of Africa.
Think
Rebels enforcing.
Well, perhaps.
Ticking disaster.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Why are they enforcing that? Is this even? I don't know. Where the fuck are they enforcing?
Maybe he owns one of those provinces in Sakalava. Like the one province that is occupied by rebels. That's one of his.
That's weird. Okay, I guess he might be letting that go, because I don't know if that's worth it.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he has a
He also
lot of
can't
gold
defend.
income.
He also can't defend it from Portugal, but Portugal seems to already have taken land from him. The gold mine on the land. Yeah, there on the south of Kilwa, like.
Yeah,
that
I
golden
wonder if
boy.
he lost the war to Portugal, or he might have, because his ally was probably busy fighting, you know, Austria. So I don't really know what happened there. What's the looming disaster? Internal conflicts.
That's something you should really stop by. Like, can he pay down? How much unrest does he have? 5.4. So if he reduces war exhaustion twice,
He has
if
a
he
lot of overextension. I don't
Stabs
think
up.
it's gonna
Yeah,
happen
but-
in time.
No, it can happen in time. Just like reduce war exhaustion twice, increase stability once, and now take an unrest advisor.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That was easy. Yeah,
You
but he
just
has
have
to
to
roll for
re-roll
the
for it.
unrest advisor. He has a decent amount of money. No debts. So
Yeah, so he should just start re-rolling
and he
for
can also
unrest immediately.
yeah.
Or alternatively, what you can also do is you can take 2 or 3 corruption right now. That also reduces, gives you unrest reduction. Then you wait a few months until the disaster's gone away, and then you use the Muslim interaction to reduce it again, and then
Yeah, but
you can
his
get it under
interaction's
control.
capped out right now, so I would do it now. But
Yeah, but what I mean is I'd rather take a little bit of corruption and
his
not
ruler
take
is
internal conflicts instead of getting internal conflicts, because like internal conflicts is going to hurt you more than having 5 corruption for a little bit.
How are buildings like?
I think I saw a lot of buildings that need to be built still, or not. Yeah, I was wrong. Just a couple production buildings that need to be built. As far as manufacturers are concerned, not a lot. Just one silk one that's really good. He's gonna have a lot of households to build when they're available. I don't think he's built any barracks, cause he's built them in Ethiopia, but he needs to start slowly putting them everywhere else. I don't know
Good
why he
looking
hasn't
country though
accepted
overall.
Yemeni. Yeah, he's comparable to Rum right now, which is pretty good. And what are his ideas? Yeah, he's above ideas compared to Rum, and he still has a lot of deving to do. I think we had a policy for a free colonizer that he can take now and start colonizing this shit as well. And the thing is, a lot of this has a fair chance of popping gold here. So when he starts colonizing this, his economy might go up even higher. His gold income is fairly low for the amount of gold permits he has, though. I wonder if they depleted or he hasn't. No, none of them. Oh,
He has to reduce autonomy there.
yeah.
Also, religion is
Decent autonomy.
not good everywhere.
Religion doesn't matter for gold income. You just have to reduce the autonomy.
15 admin
but-
on a gold mine. That's
Maybe he spawned the institution there.
interesting. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I think
Yeah,
Still
decent
has
country.
Congo to eat.
Yeah, he just killed him last session, I think. So
Yep.
yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of people have had the 2K spawn in their allies, and I'm understanding why they aren't breaking the alliance for that, because yes, he's in the same situation. But yeah, still has a lot of Congo to eat here, mainly the Great Lakes shit, and then I would definitely advise taking the colonizer from the policies and colonizing all of this, because that's going to give you a lot of extra land to dev. None of it is really great, but in our mod Savannah doesn't add dev cost, I think. So
yeah, it's
So-
great land.
it's actually amazing. Let me correct myself on that. Savannah is amazing. So all of these Savannah provinces you can colonize. You should.
It's like
And,
grassland basically for deving cost. Yeah.
So there's a lot of it here. Anyway, I think that's about it for Ethiopia. I mentioned that he has an amazing ruler right now, and he should definitely use that to dev up a little bit. I don't.
Only
think-
major
can-
threat is Portugal.
Can he use golden era at the moment?
No, he used it.
He popped it.
Ah, okay.
All right.
Because now would also be a good time.
Let us look at Songhai.
Öyle. Salonda çalışsan olur
Got
mu?
some money
Niye?
in the bank.
Bu
I
işin
wonder
sesini
why.
çalıştırdım. Hem bu hem o.
Yok yok önemli değil
Bora,
anne.
can you mute?
Rahat etmem onu.
Thank you.
Isır.
Songhai has a lot of money in the bank. I don't really know why. I guess he doesn't.
Why not?
I mean, he hasn't built most of his manpower buildings, and even though they're not really good now, they're going to be good later. So there's no reason to be banking. money.
Yeah. What's his force limit? Because maybe like Songhai is one of the countries where you might even just want to go for force limit over manpower.
Well, I wouldn't agree, because his force limit is higher than his manpower right now, so that's never good.
Okay.
Yeah. He's fort line's a bit weird, because this is unprotected. So maybe fix your fort line and build
You really
more.
need the fort and some guy there.
I don't know, because he's antagonized people. He's rivaled with Portugal, so I'm guessing
Ah,
Portugal and
okay.
Spain might be looking to go into him soon.
Yeah, but then you
yeah,
only
it's
really
stable.
need a fort land to the north, though, not to the south.
It looks
Because
like
like
he
if
has
they
a trade deal with
if they attack,
England.
yeah. So if they would attack him from the south, like they would have to land, and then they don't see his troops right when he attacks them, and he can move north. Like it's not so easy for them to attack him from the south. But yeah, I would build a little bit more forts probably
Definitely.
in strategic
Trade
positions.
deal with England, but he's still collecting in Timbuktu, which... Where the fuck is Timbuktu? Oh, it's this. So I don't understand why not push from here and get more out of your trade deal, because I'm betting England has better.
Yeah, but Ivory Coast doesn't go all to England, right? Like he makes 90% of the Timbuktu land, but England would also only get like
Well,
50% of
why?
Ivory Coast. So
Because he owns the entirety of Ivory Coast. I don't get why not just collect in Ivory then as well. Because I'm guessing he can probably get a little bit of that.
I mean, it makes sense to make England your friend and not your enemy if you already rivaled with Portugal, right? Because if they both want to kill you, it's going to be hard to survive.
Yeah, I guess. See his missions. He still has the bill manufacturer is one available, which I'm guessing he's waiting because he has a lot of ivory and slaves, right? So when he gets to, I think, Diplo 14, he can build a lot of manufactories.
How do his estates look?
He owns both of the victory cards for free, so that's really good.
Wait,
His
isn't he missing
estates-
one of this on the southern victory cards? Isn't he missing one province?
No. Oh, yeah, he is.
Yeah, one in Portugal.
Unfortunate. His estates look decent. He hasn't really given anything to Dimini, which I understand, but
Yeah, I mean 64%. He's probably already going for 100, so he can
Yeah.
give all land to nobility. So yeah, it's a good country.
he can
Yeah.
probably, what I advise is probably use the fucking thing, what it's called, no, you need the, yeah, you need the merchant and the 50% of the trade, so that's not gonna work, so yeah, you have to convert yourself. Yeah, decent country. Expansion. I don't understand why people are picking meme ideas, but
Defensive first.
yeah, it's a bit weird, but nothing to do about that now. Definitely try and go econ next, because yeah, like I've been saying to everyone so far, there's a lot of deving that people need to do, and especially in the mod in Africa, deving is amazing because Savannah is no added dev cost, so it's pretty good shit to dev. And I don't know why, but he has no prosperity. Because he's doing
Stability
zero stab.
Yeah.
500
It
damage.
just has to step up once. Yeah.
Weird. Anyway, let's look at Portugal. Why are people banking so much money? What the fuck are you doing? That's really fucking weird. Can't you build a shit ton of stuff in your subjects? Looks like you can. I don't understand why everyone is banking so much money. Alright, maybe not as much stuff in your subjects, but definitely a decent amount, and it's just, I guess, maybe building a war chest. It's just weird when you see someone with 16,000 in the bank. But yeah,
He's also not using his colonists at the moment, it seems.
4 colonists, 3. I think what happened is he had a sub come in for the last like hour and a half of the game, and the guy just AFK'd.
Okay, makes
That's
sense.
what Slazer told me anyway, and that might be like a problem situation, you know. Anyway, Portugal, no allies, rival to England, Songhai, and Congo. I'm guessing I'm taking over Portugal now, so it's gonna be new Diplo, but he also went reformed.
That's good. That's the correct play for Trade Nation.
Okay, whatever you say, boomer. I'm guessing he's allied to Spain. I'd be concerned if he wasn't.
Spain is Octa, and he got both victory cards on Portuguese mainland.
Oh,
So
God.
I don't think that those friendship is going to hold forever, because Octa does play for score.
I see. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. Anyway, that is very concerning. Fuck. I guess I'll have to talk to Octa a bunch. His subjects are, or my subjects are already pretty good. Brazil not nearly as strong as he should be by now. I wonder why. I don't know if he clicked the Brazil mission. Where is it, the Brazil mission? what's the fucking Brazil mission? Did he click it already? No. The one that spawns gold mines. You know what it's called?
No.
Oh,
I have no idea. I'll have to look at it in the save. I don't want to take too much time here. But anyway, that thing just increases Brazil's economy by a lot. But yeah, this has to be trade center level 3 for it. So I'm guessing that's why it's not clicked. Anyway, yeah, pretty decent Portugal. I'm just
Yeah.
the Spain thing is a bit worrying. The one upside is I guess that Spain doesn't have any allies, but yeah, I guess I'm gonna be trying to send to Spain. Like I don't want to fucking fight Spain. That's ridiculous. But
I mean, Portugal's ideas are buffed. Technically, you're not that much worse. 15 EKA.
it's such a bad position. Like yeah. All right, let's
Yeah.
look at Spain. 0 manpower.
Yeah,
losing-
for the player war.
Yeah, he's
at the
fighting
moment.
a player war right now, which no, I guess Rum's fighting Austria, but not Spain. That can get.
Yeah.
So Spain's pretty much getting a free game here then.
I mean, Spain is going to get probably going to get 100% from Italy, I would assume. Yeah.
I see. So yeah, good move. I guess France pieced out. So that happened. Octa is very far ahead on estates than anyone we've looked at. 102 fucking regiments from Texas.
Yeah, Texas also a player.
Wow, that's really good.
666. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. He hasn't. I wonder why he's banking this. That's weird.
I'm assuming he wants to pick States General as soon as like at some point. And since his ruler at the moment has
Yeah,
like morale and
Yeah,
stuff,
maybe
he's
when
gonna
his
keep
ruler
him.
dies. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, pretty strong nation. I just I'm really confused by this war and why like Rum's fighting Austria but not Spain. Anyway, that doesn't really have anything to do with Spain.
It's because the Spanish War was a truce break and a 1v1 after the initial gang that was White Beast. And Austria didn't truce break, he attacked like after his truce was over. So initially Spain attacked me with Portugal and Austria. Like Austria attacked me actually with Spain and Portugal.
I see.
And they blizzed the shit out of me, but they were rule breaking because Austria couldn't be allied to great powers. So the mods had them White Peace.
Yes.
So then Spain truce broke on his own, like with Texas actually. So I managed to call in Ireland, England. When that happened, France joined for Spain, beat up Ireland. So Ireland peaced out, then France peaced out. Once France peaced out, Spain got paranoid that maybe Nabi would break him. He left from the north and started besieging me from the south. And then Alin also attacked me after the White Peace, and that's when Luger joined.
God,
And
it's
Luger couldn't join the Spanish War because it was two great powers, and he just joined the Austrian War, not the Spanish War. Like basically, that's the whole sequence of events.
very interesting.
And Okta
stuff.
could have won the 1v1 and push, but he just didn't want to push ever. Like
What
he
ideas-
wanted to do a fast gank on me and then switch to Songhai and kill
Um,
Songhai fast. But that train has left.
Quality offensive
Offensive.
exploration. Because you
Yeah.
got Texas and Cuba. And
Like, Spain is one of the few countries where I actually think quantity is really, really important.
why is
Because you
that?
kind of lack, you lack manpower early on. And you have a lot of money, so you can afford to just build. I mean, he could just use the money to force limit buildings, I guess, but I don't know. Like, you have so good quality as Spain. Usually numbers are the issue more, I feel like.
Well, anyway, I think that's about it for Spain.
Does he have the age ability at the moment, by the way? He does, right?
Of course
Yeah.
he does.
Okay. If you say, of course he does, but I've seen players forget about it.
Would Okta forget
It's
about
the
it?
first thing you go for.
Who knows?
So
Okay.
when does global trade spawn?
1600.
Yeah, he's gonna have it for a while longer, so that's pretty big. Alright, let's look at France.
A lot of manpower.
Yeah, he's in his golden era right now until 1590, so that's pretty good. I wonder what he plans on doing with it. again, no allies, so I can't really tell what's happening.
Royal married with everybody though. Does he have claims? It looks a little bit like he's going to fight Austria at some point.
Yeah, I think he has
I mean, he
been
already
fighting
went,
Austria.
like, Austria was inted by France. Austria lost 100% to France and Westphalia while fighting me. He gave up.
Ah, okay.
Right? So as Austria got ganked, like, this is a real meta.
Yeah, everybody
bullshit that's-
ganking. What the
They were
hell?
like, oh, we're ganking you, so Alin fights you, and then Alin dies. Like, they're using Alin to fight me, and then so he gets killed from the back. Like, that was the plan, I think. Pretty roachy.
God, I hate gankers so much. Yikes.
Yeah. I mean, Alin ganked me, then he got ganked. Because Westphalia, I thought Westphalia took Prussia to hit him. They hit him, and then they called PLC because they didn't want to fight the hard 2v1, while Austria was already fighting.
But they
me.
called
Right,
they
guys,
called
guys,
PLC into
I
Yeah,
don't
they
all.
have,
called
I don't have all
PLC,
day.
yeah.
Let's look at
Fucking-
France. Please, we'll look
fucking
at the
hell,
board when
man.
we get to Tuscany.
Gangbangs all over.
Oh my god. Alright.
Yeah.
So France. It's pretty French.
Yeah,
thumbs
France
up.
got the best expectation. Like, he got Tuscany and Spain fighting each other. He
Yeah.
got the 300%
France is
on
in a pretty good situation
Austria.
here. Even though
He's like,
I don't really know what his alliances are, but I'm gonna assume he's allied with Spain still because he attacked Tuscany with Spain.
he was allied with he was allied with Spain, yeah, but he's
I
not
think
anymore.
I mean, the problem is they're both gonna go for Genoa, so I don't know how they're gonna work that out. But France seems to be in a significantly stronger situation than Spain right now, disregarding the Texas colony, obviously. Spain with Texas has, I think, about 270 force limit, so France isn't that far behind, and France has the advantage of having manpower right now. So if France wanted to do something, you'd probably have the big advantage right now. Although he also has the disadvantage of having Austria right there, Westphalia right there, which might want to go against him. Meanwhile, Spain is pretty secure. So,
By the way, Spain has two mountain forts next to each other. That's not allowed. I just see it now.
no, there's no rule against it. It's just the mod is supposed to disallow it.
Yeah. I don't understand why. I don't understand why.
To delete a mountain fort in the middle of the game. What the fuck are we talking about?
And Spain has one. Yeah, like he's enforcing it on you, but he's not doing it himself. And then
Yeah,
he's
he-
complaining about me causing the white.
I
he's
actually deleted my mountain
man.
fort that I just
Okay. We'll deal
was
with
just
that
taken.
later. So, yeah, I think that's about it for France. We pretty much spoke about everyone else but France for the entirety of it. But
I also said though, by the way, in the chat in the session that there is no actual rule that you aren't allowed to have mountain
yeah,
forts.
that's what I said
Like,
too.
the mod disables it for some reason, but we never added the rule, so I don't really understand why the mod is not is disabling it. But that's another issue.
So, yeah, France pretty built up. He has some manufacturers to build, not a lot. He's gonna have a lot of manpower manufacturers to build, and yeah, that's about it that there is to say. He still has a lot of force limit buildings to build as well. But yeah, that's about it for France, and let's look at England. And then we'll come back to Westphalia, Austria, and Tuscany, and you can tell me more about the war. What the fuck? I haven't seen that before.
If you own Iceland, you get that.
Interesting. Still hasn't gone to Scotland. It's a bit weird.
I mean,
I didn't have the governing capacity. Then I get into a war with natives. After
Oh, I
that,
see.
I will go British.
Yeah, you get it for free now. So it's
Yeah.
definitely a good call you didn't integrate it, because I see a lot of people like just integrate it after they form Ireland, and that's really stupid because you can just switch back to England, keep your Irish ideas, which you did, and then
Yeah,
integrate it for free. So good shit there. Let's see how billings look. England hasn't built up yet. Has really good like 040 in your vessel. Okay, all the manufacturers, the good ones, are built at least. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's decently built, I think.
How does
I mean,
your subject of 13C look? I trust you have a player there, right?
I think
yeah.
he just switched there for the last hour or something.
Yeah,
But he's
yeah,
gonna come back. Caro the one is the player. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike only played Congo for half the session until Congo died.
Yeah, I see. It looks decent enough. It's way weaker than Mexico, obviously, but it has a lot of growing potential, especially if you invest into it. Are you subsidizing? 12. I would probably increase the subsidies because a lot of your strength is going to come from him. So if you subsidize him so he can colonize for
Okay.
you and build up, I would definitely do a lot more because you can afford it right now. You're not really spending it on anything, and England is built up. So I would definitely subsidize or colonize a little more for him because you're not over your limit right now. You're only colonizing 3 and you have 3 colonists.
Should I go 4 or 5 with colony?
Yeah,
4
yeah,
or
yeah.
5, then
Okay.
maybe even 6, but like I said, a lot of your power is going to come from here, and if you can get the Canada player, Canada as well. So you want to like pummel all of your money into colonies because England is pretty much done for now until you can dev up, and it looks like you're already pretty devved up. I would recommend going to 20 with Golden Era when you can, but oh, your ruler, oh, he's 65, shit, and the next one is 50. So that's kind of trash.
Yeah.
But maybe pop Golden Era and start deving. The problem is they're pretty old, so they're gonna die soon. And you okay? You finished that.
I mean, at this point, I would not Golden Era because at 1600 you get 10% deving efficiency and universities. So
Yeah, I
I
was
would
waiting
say
for that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would say I would say either Golden Era like early on, like 1480 or something, when you have a great ruler and you finished Echo ideas, or you wait until you get the universities and the deving efficiencies to stack the modifiers.
Smart stuff.
At this point, I don't think it's worth it.
Allied with Westphalia and Songhai. I'm assuming he has a trade deal
Okay.
with both. Prussia is still. I thought Prussia died.
My trade deal is a bit off with everyone right now.
Yeah, I
I'm
thought
paying
Prussia
more than
died.
I should, I think.
I don't know why. Oh no,
No,
Denmark
he's
died.
alive.
I'm silly.
Yeah, Denmark died, yeah.
So you're allied to both Prussia and Westphalia then? That's interesting. I was assuming they're gonna be rivals because they're a bit
It was
buffed.
de facto alliance when I got this country,
Okay, and
when I
I
started
would,
playing this, yeah.
you're not subbing Westphalia right now, and he's pushing a lot of trade to you, so that seems interesting. Yeah, a lot of trade coming out from Westphalia.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, never mind. That's odd.
That's Prussia.
Yeah, but I don't, because he
Right.
has Westphalia owns. Yeah, we'll do that when we come to Westphalia. Anyway, I think that's about it to say for Britain. He got his victory card on Normandy, and the other one is somewhere in the colonies.
In Indonesia.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
So that one's gonna be harder to get, but I mean,
Yeah.
both of them are pretty hard to get. Either way, the country looks decent. I would recommend building up your force limit buildings because your manpower,
force limits,
manpower to force
yeah.
limit comparison is pretty bad. Like you have 100k force limit and 240 manpower, so you want to build up your force limit buildings everywhere. And then when you integrate Scotland as well, like build it up and dev it, obviously. But when you integrate Scotland, you're also gonna get the power spike. So yeah, good shit so far. Like I said, build up, dev up, and focus on your colony as well. Give him more money because he's gonna scale better than you can, and all of the gains that he has, if the player on it is reliable, you're gonna profit from like a lot. And I think the player is reliable, so that's
Yes, Kero is so reliable usually.
that's good stuff. And let's look at.
Also, I have half of Cuba at the same time.
Yeah, I saw that. That's interesting. Right, let's look at Westphalia.
Now, I want to say a few things about Westphalia and Prussia in particular. Like, they have the strangest setup there is because Westphalia was like clearly the strongest nation in the region, and somehow Prussia convinced him that Prussia gets Sweden. Prussia also gets the eager gold mine from Austria and like all of the great land from Austria. So I don't really understand what Westphalia got out of this deal because now Prussia is a lot stronger suddenly, even though
I think it's new player Diplo. I don't know, is the
Yeah,
Westphalia-
Tay is just getting dumped by Mitch. I actually told him that he should stop listening to Mitch.
Like I said,
yeah, because like it's just super unfavorable. Like Shelland, he got all of the
I
trade.
mean,
Like,
first
a
of
lot
all, it's Tay is the one that killed Denmark, like right? Like last session, he fought versus France with Ireland
Yeah.
versus France. Well, Prussia didn't do jack; he peaced out, right? And then he gets the free shit
Sweden.
again.
Yeah, he got
And now-
Shelland. Yeah.
Again, when they want to gank a free Austria, Prussia's like, oh, it's too hard, let's call in PLC because he owes me. Because Prussia kept fighting with PLC versus Kaiser even last session and even in this session. When PLC was way stronger, he still was sending troops to help him kill Russia.
Anyway,
Like, Mitch is just
guys.
gangbanging everybody. It's a very stupid way to play.
Yeah.
I mean, he's surviving, but
Yeah, but
I
it's
think
pretty
Westphalia-
pathetic. Like, on Ottomans, when he
Guys,
still could have
guys,
played,
guys,
he went out
come on,
of the nation.
we're not looking at Prussia right now. Can you just?
Yeah, but
It's the area, Kajmak.
you have to you have to talk
change
about
the-
Prussia if you talk about Westphalia, because like Westphalia got heavily cocked basically by Prussia bullying him, I feel like, and like that's very irrelevant for Westphalia because Westphalia has no region to expand really except for Austria at the moment or France.
Yeah,
But
doesn't
they didn't
own
fight
Norway?
France.
No, he doesn't. Yeah.
No, Norway
That's
goes
not
to
right.
England, Sweden goes to Prussia. Most like the great land in central Sweden, like Sjælland and the other trade port, also went to Prussia.
Oh.
Even though Prussia was weaker than him, and Westphalia was the one who killed Denmark. That's what I mean. Like Prussia basically is screwing Westphalia, in my opinion, heavily over.
So, yeah,
in
advice
this
for
whole thing.
for a new player: don't let like 'cause-
Don't make a deal with somebody where you do all the work and then they take like 3/4 of the benefits. Like that's
That's
really,
definitely a bad
and
deal
it's also a
right
little bit. It's also, and he also got like, if he would have gotten the Eager Gold Mine, if they had said, okay, at least I get like the Great Austrian land and you get like Sweden, then it's maybe a different situation. But even there, Prussia got the Great Land and he got like the mediocre one, right? So it's, I feel like Westphalia got heavily screwed over by Mitch.
Yeah, and now he can't even move his trade to Lubeck because Mitch is gonna have.
Yeah, Mitch
the
also
majority
got
of that
Sjælland.
trade,
Like, at
'cause
least you get.
He has Lubeck and he
Give
has,
me
Zealand.
Lubeck. Yeah.
Yeah, like.
Right. Yeah. So advice for Westphalia. You
I
need
mean,
to
I don't
consolidate
really
and-
care, but I'm willing to give up out Diplo. Like, Westphalia was trying to convince me a whole session not to protect France because Nabihov was in a bad slot. And then when France was actually joined Spain to fight me in England, and I told him like, this is what you've been waiting for. Like, yeah, but because Mitch was telling him not to do it because they wanted to go on Austria, so Mitch basically Tay just did Mitch Diplo, and now he's getting outscaled, and he's stuck between stronger nations,
Well,
and
you know,
will probably
lesson
die in
learned,
2
hopefully.
sessions.
You know, again, he's a new player. So
I mean, it's the same mistake he did in Holiday, where he allied Andalusia and then ended up they being in the same alliance for the entire game and not scaling well enough. But at least there they fight together and they found other players to fight. But
Yeah, I mean,
now
here they
they're
also
doing the
fight
same
players.
shit.
They also fight players together, but
Yeah, but he
basically
just gets
will-
irrelevant. He
He
just
doesn't
gonna get
and
carried
Pro-
away.
and-
He's just
and
gonna have to
Pro-
do what the
yeah,
other
and,
ones done.
yeah, like the other one gets
Right,
all of the great.
I'm
great
gonna
land.
switch to Prussia now. And see what's happening here. So he has about half the income that Westphalia has. So and half the force limit. So Westphalia is still in a definitely much stronger position.
Yeah, Sweden is his march, by the way.
Yeah, but he has militarization. That's why he's staying small. He
Yeah.
made Sweden a
I
march.
can't see fucking vessels. But let's see
Keeps-
how much Sweden has. No, Sweden's not that large. He's got 23 force limit, so not big.
Yeah,
It's,
but
it's gonna be
he
larger, right?
he still gets a bunch of land. He has 20 infantry combat ability, like great idea set. Like,
Allied to Commonwealth and Westphalia. I'm guessing that might be a contributing factor as to why Westphalia is giving in so much because Prussia has Commonwealth on his side.
I mean, Westphalia could also just turn and have France on his side. I'm fairly certain. Like,
I don't know.
I mean,
we
it's
don't
not like
know.
Westphalia has to. Yeah, we don't know the Diplo, but I'm just meaning like if Prussia threatens Westphalia to with Commonwealth, I'm fairly certain Westphalia can get other allies too. Like,
Prussian victory cards are on Silesia, owned by Commonwealth and has by Westphalia. So I don't think he's gonna be going for either one of those. Then, like, unless he finds a break in alliances. Either way, they're both very boxed in. So I think something's gonna happen unless they plan on just chipping away at Austria, which seems to be in the worst spot in Germany.
I mean, yeah, that's what they're doing.
The remainder of Prussia, there's not much else to say. I think he built everything up, but like there's some manpower buildings. Yeah, he just doesn't have a lot of land to build right now. I don't know why he hasn't sorted these estates out yet, because it's a small country like this, it's normally a little easier to do it, but yeah.
I think actually the deal is that Prussia will help Westphalia go into France later. Like, that has to be the deal. It has to be the deal. Can't be any other deal, otherwise you just got dumbed out. But it's
Right.
like, yeah, make me way stronger now, and I'll make you way stronger.
Yeah, and then when Tash says, "Hey, let's fight France," and you say, "Yeah, later."
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
Um,
Like,
Let's do
you
this.
don't make a deal where you don't get anything now.
I'm-
Give
I'm
everything
right.
now and get everything later.
I'm right there with you in 1824. Don't
Yeah,
worry
yeah.
about it.
I'm coming. I just need
Oh,
to
look at
build
that.
up a bit more.
Alright, I'm looking at Austria now. Weaker than Westphalia economically, surprisingly. But I guess he lost
I mean, Ryland is way stronger.
his gold mine. Yeah, and again, a lot better trade goods in Rhineland. Very decent force limit, but I don't know how this war is going to go for him. I don't really understand why he would have gone for Tuscany unless you were pressuring him for Venice, because he already has.
I wasn't
a decent,
pressuring. I even left him Venice. It's because it's Aline, bro. That's all you have to know.
Like,
I
Aline
just
would
memed
have
him
had
once.
a better
I-
time going against Prussia and Westphalia, I think. And
I
then
memed him
Tuscany.
on the Discord when he said that he needs a sub, and I said that he won't be needing a sub, and he's just fucking paranoid. And he was just used by Octa. That's everything there is to it. He's just got used by Octa and Mitch. Period.
Well,
Because
he
when
doesn't
I
look like
killed
he's in a good
Dalmatia,
spot right
I
now.
left him Venice to move his trade node. I could have cut him off altogether, but I left him Venice to move his trade node.
That's really wholesome, but he doesn't look like he's in a good spot right now. Rival
Well-
to France, Hungary, and fought Commonwealth, Prussia, Westphalia, Tuscany. So it looks like he's completely isolated unless he can make some kind of deal. He's also fighting Rum, so that's
Yeah, Rom came to defend me. when I was
he's
getting ganked.
he's basically enemies with everyone around him. And
Yeah, and
except
he already
Spain.
lost 200%. He already lost 200%.
I think he just needs to do some Diplo, figure something
I
out.
mean,
You can't-
Aline
you
is
can't-
not gonna be here next session, and it's
Oh.
Aline Diplo. What kind of Diplo would you do? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was
Just-
gonna
he's
say.
gonna
Alan,
probably
Alan
end
has
this
a
war.
tendency of like antagonizing everyone and thinking that's gonna work out for him. It doesn't
I
really
mean,
work.
he
like
was
that.
whining that he can't do Diplo. He can't do Diplo after the session when he got killed by everybody. Like, oh, I can't do Diplo. I'm like, I literally told him what and how to act
Right.
like an emperor, and he didn't do it in the first 2 sessions. And then he wonders that he has no
So
allies.
as far as this war goes, it doesn't look like he's doing too hot. He's pretty much going into bankruptcy relatively.
No, he's not. He has
I mean,
a lot of.
He's
loans to
losing
go.
90 per month is the thing. So if
Yeah,
if you,
he has like
if you
30k more.
If you and Rom can put up a fight, he's,
I mean,
he's gonna be heavily.
I'm
damaged
losing now to
economically,
Spain. I'm gonna give up to Spain, and like we can talk about it when we get to my country, I guess.
Alright.
Which is
Yeah.
should be next.
So pretty much that's it for Austria. Not much else to say.
Austria is dying. Like France, if France and Prussia, Westphalia keep going in, he has no allies.
All right.
Spain's not
So
gonna defend.
Tuscany getting gangbanged by Austria, France, and Spain doesn't look too hot. At least he has some help from wholesome Rum. But that's only against
Fighting
Austria.
France as well, and Portugal was in the first war as well.
Damn. That's tough. Getting subs from Bahmanis as well. So
Yeah, Bahmanis
least-
is actually Punjab. Punjab can see me. Punjab gave it to Bahmanis, and Bahmanis sent to me. So the Indians were Chad. They
Yeah,
helped me.
Tibet. I also sent 10 ducats.
Yeah,
a
you
month,
sent me
yeah.
as well. Like the Indians helped me keep afloat because at some point, if you look at my nation, you notice that I don't.
I wonder
I'm out
why
of
you
words.
haven't spoken to Hungary yet, or anyone.
Talk about what to Hungary?
Austria, because like I mean like
Bro, you need to look at Hungary and then you will realize why. I think Hungary was AFK for the entire session.
okay. I see.
I forgot Hungary was a player. What's up, guys?
Hungary's 45 force limit, 50 manpower doing nothing. If Hungary attacks now, Alin sends a quarter of his army and that kills him. I
I
don't know
really
what the
didn't
fuck
expect
he
him
is
to be
doing.
that weak.
I don't know what I think he was AFK the entire session. I don't know what.
Alright, so Tuscany looking pretty good economically, still making money even though like half his
it's-
country is occupied. Not up to force limit I guess because of manpower as well, but you probably time to start merking up unless you just plan on forfeiting to
Oh
Spain.
my!
and-
Shut up, Kashbaka. Let me speak. I'm merking up. My mercs are already gone. I have no more mercs. All my mercs are. I've been fully merked up. I've been fighting with almost literally just mercs. Like
Jesus,
that's why I don't
and
have
you're
any mercs.
still not in debt? Like, wow.
They're gone. If you get any more mercs, let me know and I'll buy them. All the mercs
Well,
except the cannon stack. Lol.
that sucks.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've been holding on with mercs, with the Tuscan ideas, with the less interest in merc maintenance, and with the money from the Indians. I was like 270 out of 140. How do you think I managed to fight Spain for 14 years?
Yeah,
That's the only way.
pretty shitty situation here unless you can switch France to your side, but I'm guessing France also wants Genoa, so
I mean,
Spain
France
is
can kill me and he can go for Spain. But the thing is that what I told Nabikov is that if he goes and kills me, Spain already will get more, and Spain will outscale him in the long run. Like Spain, with that.
Spain also
Texas,
suffered a lot, by the way. Like Spain, if you look at the manpower and force limit and everything, it's not that.
But he's gonna regen, like unless France
Yeah,
does something
sure,
about him now,
sure.
Spain in
Yeah.
10 years, once he consolidates southern Italy and everything,
I mean,
with a bigger Texas, he's gonna be stronger than France.
I think technically a good moment to talk about the situation would maybe even be to approach Westphalia for France, make a deal about Austria, and then maybe have Westphalia's help against Spain. Because
I
Westphalia kind of get the worst deal from Prussia and Commonwealth. And
I think if Spain is led to kill me without any punishment, he will run away with the game. Only Punjab, maybe, and PLC can but they will fight each other at some point, like me and Variance did last session. They will meet each other and fight each other, PLC and Punjab, I think. And Spain will have no.
Why is Greece still a thing? Like,
Because
I mean, people were busy with other stuff. I mean,
I see.
I actually attacked and got like the 4 provinces that you had in Naples, but I kept the pocket in the middle. I didn't get it.
Did you guys skip France? Or talk
We've
about...
already finished France.
yeah, we already talked about France, but I mean,
Yeah, I think that's about it for Tuscany as well. Pretty poor
Yeah.
situation. At least he's getting help from Rum, and maybe if Rum manages to go directly into Spain, that would do something. But I don't.
I mean, Rome is not fighting Spain at the moment.
I mean,
Yeah,
he
but
can
if
be
he
in the Spain
decides
war
to.
because England was in the Spain war, and then France joined for Spain to fight England. Then they both wiped peace out. So, Rum, it was
Alright,
also the 2-year
let's
rules and the alliance rules.
Look at Hungary then, and his
Yeah.
force.
There's absolutely nothing to
100
talk
force
about.
limit. It's not.
Yeah.
100 income. It's not.
Max mill points. Look at how
I don't
Advir's.
even know. I think he has 20% inflation, max mill points. Like,
Yeah,
Been
I don't.
AFK.
I'm
Look
not-
at tech. Look at tech and ideas, maybe.
I mean, he's okay on tech.
Why
Okay.
is he max mill points? Like he hasn't dev'd everything by far. I don't understand. Like.
Yeah, he probably was
I mean,
AFK.
you
Yeah.
still think I'm joking when I say he AFK'd.
His golden era also ran out 3 years ago, so he could have spent all of those mill points into
Yeah,
deving.
this is really interesting. I don't really know what happened here. I'm kind of confused. He has a pretty good.
I mean,
king,
I
too.
thought Kaiser would call him in his fight, but Kaiser said, "I'm not calling him to join his nation in the fight with his Commonwealth," even though Brandenburg was in there helping.
Weird stuff. He owns Hungary, or he owns he owns Bulgaria, and
Could have gone for Greece, but he didn't.
Bosnia. Yeah, he could have gone for Greece, but I don't know if it's too late for that because Rum seems to be cutting him off for that, and I don't know if he wants to antagonize Rum. But he has expansion potential into Austria, definitely, if he manages to fix up his country. Still, from the first session, like on the first session, and I commented on this, like Austria walks directly to his capital. Like there's no fort here, and that's a little weird.
But that's not the end of the world, though. The capital, because it's you have a river crossing from the left, right? So
Yeah,
you
but,
can defend.
He doesn't even have a fort in the capital, does he?
Ah, okay. Then it doesn't
So-
make sense.
Yeah, maybe build a fort somewhere and fix that. But yeah, I'm not really gonna look at the nation that's obviously been AFKing, so waste my
Yeah.
time. Let's look at PLC.
This is the last one. I think it's the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
PLC
there's
killed
no Moscow.
Russia.
Yeah, PLC killed Russia, so we're gonna see another.
And he bankrupted. Like,
Yeah.
at least he had and he's not going to be as strong as my PLC because he had.
He doesn't
actually
have
had to
Baltic
fight Russia
consolidated,
and bankrupted.
so that's gonna be a big problem for him. I feel like, because
Yeah, he doesn't have Baltic. He doesn't have all the way. I had all the way.
Yeah. He also
I
left
think.
Königsberg for Prussia for some reason.
The fort miss.
Also getting
you
tricked
should take
by-
that, you should take that back, honestly. His economy is really weak. Our force limit is extremely good. I don't. Is he still in bankruptcy?
No.
So yeah,
He hasn't been for a long time.
He's golden era.
Still has loans.
Yeah, definitely needs to. Yeah,
How many
3
loans?
It's not too bad. He's running fucking vortexes. Why?
They don't matter during.
Policies? Does he have too many policies on?
Yeah, he has
Yeah,
4
he has
policies
too many
on for some
policies.
reason. He can't cancel most of them now.
I mean, he turns them on for Austria probably, but why would you turn on for Austria?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
why commit for that?
really know. I think he needs to figure out a better deal for Baltic because he shouldn't be giving it to Prussia. I think like that's the thing that made PTZ's PLC in the previous season so strong is the fact that you have Baltic, and even if you have all this land, if you can't consolidate the trade, it's not really gonna be good for you.
Where's
My
Commonwealth?
PLC had Lubeck, like.
Where's Commonwealth at the moment collecting? By
He's
the way, is he
collecting
still on in Krakow?
Yeah, he's collecting in Krakow and Novgorod, so that's why he's in good
Okay.
cash. I would definitely recommend consolidating Baltic, going trade ideas next, because if you do that, then you consolidate all this shit. You're gonna run away with the game. Like your force limit.
Yeah, like what you need to do.
His
as
force
an
limit and
advice-
manpower is already like ridiculously big. Well, manpower not as big, but his force limit is. I think he needs to. Oh, he already has the. That's weird. Why is he with manpower? Is he not dev'd yet at all? Oh, it doesn't. Look
No,
like
the
it.
problem is you only get 50% with the Commonwealth PLC thing.
Oh.
Yeah, you need to. But that's not a problem. That's actually a good thing. You have.
Yeah, it's a good
50% of the
thing.
time. Once
There's
you
no
get-
need to.
Exactly.
There's no. Yeah, there's actually no need why he has so much crown land at the moment. Like he should have just kept selling it because you get 50% anyway. So you just. He only has 20% crown
he
land.
has
Okay,
20.
so that's actually work.
He also has a lot of mill banked up. I guess he's gonna tech up, but I don't know. I think he just needs to dev up a lot and consolidate the Baltic, and then he's gonna be a juggernaut. That there's not much else to do. Like he killed Muscovy. If you just manage to, you don't even need all of this. If you just manage to get Novgorod, and you're gonna be good. Like you're gonna be super fucking strong. You just need to consolidate your gains. Like most of the other people that we've talked about so far that have expanded a lot, you all have like 100+ provinces and just no dev in them, no econ. And
He needs to get all the trade nodes in Baltic, upgrade them, move
Yeah.
his trade
Yeah.
capital to Baltic, fucking threaten everyone that's moving out of Baltic.
yeah, get
Including Sweden,
Königsberg
'cause
back.
Sweden is
If
fucking
you
him there.
Yeah.
if
Like
you get
Königsberg,
Königsberg back,
Gotland, Stockholm should be his without a doubt.
yeah, all of the centers of trade should be his. Like
Like
there's no
Riga is
reason
not
for him
his
to be
because
giving
it's
these.
a march. Yeah.
There's no reason for him to giving these to like the weaker neighbors or his allies. Like it's just a bad play for
Yeah.
you. It doesn't make any
Prussia.
sense.
That's what I mean. Like Prussia kind of tricked all of his neighbors into doing bad deals with him.
Like he's
let's not turn them all
strong
against
in this area,
Prussia.
but compared to others, he's weak. Like France is stronger.
Yeah.
Punjab is way stronger. So
But again,
Yeah.
he
he
has
doesn't
massive potential.
shape up.
Like because
Yeah.
like
Sure, but a lot of countries have heavy potential. Like Commonwealth, you also need to use your early game peak,
This
right?
is his
Because
age. Like he has a 35% goods
his golden era is already over. His
Yeah.
income is still
yeah, but
relatively
he killed,
low.
He killed
for-
Muscovy for it, so I wouldn't say he didn't use it. So I think he did
yeah,
well.
but he killed Muscovy with Manchu and Bohemia. It was a 3v1, right? I mean, it's not like
Brandenburg, not Bohemia.
with that. Yeah, Brandenburg. Sorry. I mean, it's not like you necessarily needed golden era for that. Or
3v2
Well,
Hungary was too in the first.
I don't
war,
know.
so it was a 3v2.
Okay, okay, Hungary was in that. Okay, I forgot. But I feel like still like Muscovy's been dead for a long time now. I mean, you should focus
I
on
mean, he bankrupted
building up
after
more, I
the
think.
Muscovy fought hard. The start.
I
of the
think he-
war,
Or
lost,
his
died, and
I think
fought.
he used his bankruptcy build for for force limit and manpower buildings,
he
not
has
for
victory
did the
production.
cards on
Kazakh builds?
Hungary
I
and
don't think so.
Trace.
Can you look at how many production buildings he has by the moment?
Yeah,
Just out of
he's not built up fully. He's missing a little bit, but again, his main problem is just the fact that he doesn't have any dev. Like all of this is really low dev, as you can see.
Does he have many factories? Because like I feel like there's something missing. Otherwise,
No, what's
He has good king.
he
told you.
barely has many
I
factories.
told
Okay.
you. No, what's missing is his trade, because he's just losing all his money in trade. Like he's getting like what 34 income in trade. It's just it's not good.
Yeah, like
Is he collecting
half
in
of Krakow
Kiev?
is going to Baltic,
Wait, he's not-
which is going to Lublin.
He should also be collecting in Kiev because in Kiev he has 93%, but he's pushing it out. If he collects there, you instantly make a lot more money.
Yeah, but Kiev goes to Krakow.
Yeah, but Krakow,
Yeah,
you
but
like you lose,
Krakow's taken out.
you lose
To fucking Baltic.
40%.
Oh,
Kiev, you make 94%. Like in Kiev, if he collects, he was gonna make that alone is going to
Yeah.
make him like
I-
5-6
He should collect in Kiev because is he collecting in Baltic
Yeah.
as well?
No,
No, he's not. He's not doing shit in Baltic.
Okay, so
pushing
half of
from
Kiev is
here.
going to Baltic in some sense. part of Kiev. So you should collect Kiev
Yeah,
because
collect
he has full
Baltic and
control.
Kiev, and then
Novgorod.
move your trade capital to Baltic as soon as you can consolidate it. Make deals or force it onto your allies, because you need Baltic. You're just gonna sit here and die if you don't take Baltic.
There are
I
too
don't
many
see how
shit
you're gonna scale.
vassals.
I mean, you can also you can technically also use Novgorod for trade if you get like
Yeah, but
Novgorod, Kazan.
he can't do Krakow to
Some
Novgorod, so
terminal.
all of his heartland is just.
No,
gonna-
it has to be Baltic,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
It has to be. And
Baltic and nobody
it's not even a hard deal to make
puts a
because
merchant
Prussia
there.
owns Königsberg. It's not a big deal. I'm pretty sure he just gave Königsberg to Prussia for the formation.
No, no.
That should come back to him. Anyway.
I think, as I understood it, Königsberg is supposed to stay for Prussia because he helped him with Muscovy.
Yeah, that just doesn't make any sense though. Like that's a bad
And
deal.
but Prussia also got Sweden. Like I understand saying, okay, if Commonwealth says, okay, I mean you can have Sweden or something, if you help me like kill Russia, and if I get all of Russia in return. But
Bro, it was
Königsberg on
Mitch
top
Diplo.
seemed a
Like,
bit more.
Forge told me that he had plans to kill Brandenburg with Westphalia, and then Mitch, who is allied on Ottomans after he dies on Ottomans, he gets put on Brandenburg. He's like, hey,
Alright,
bro,
anyways,
whatever,
guys,
I'll
I
be
think
your
that's it.
bitch, don't kill me, whatever. So Forge
Where's
just
where's
went
my
bad.
VCs at, by
Gave
the
up.
way? Did he leave?
Your VCs are on Tuscany and on Asturia, so
Oh shit.
yeah. Anyway, that's it for this video. I'm gonna stop recording here and upload it, and it's gonna be up in a couple hours.